Captain Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UHS Pioneer and watched the stars through the main screen. 200 humans traveled with him on this ship, the first group of people to go beyond the edge of known space. They had been traveling for 6 months now, looking for new worlds and new life among the distant stars. Lisa Campbell, the chief science officer, worked at her station near the front of the bridge. She was a smart woman who had spent years studying space and the things that might live out there. Her instruments showed something strange ahead of them, something that should not be there in the empty darkness between stars. "Captain Morrison, you need to see this," Lisa said as she turned from her screen. Her voice was excited but also worried. "There is a large object ahead of us, about 2 light hours away. It is not natural, sir. Someone built it." Jake walked over to Lisa's station and looked at the readings on her screen. The object was huge, bigger than any human ship or space station. It was clearly made by intelligent beings, but it was not human. This was the moment they had all hoped for and feared at the same time. "First contact with alien life, how big is it?" Jake asked as he studied the numbers on the screen. "About 50 kilometers long and 20 kilometers wide," Lisa replied. "It is in orbit around a red star. The structure appears to be some kind of station or city. There are smaller ships moving around it, Captain. We are not alone out here." Jake felt his heart beat faster. He had trained for this moment for years, but now that it was here, he felt both excited and afraid. He turned to his crew and saw the same mix of emotions on their faces. They were about to make history. "All stations, red alert," Jake said into his communication device. "This is not a drill. We have found evidence of alien life. All department heads to the bridge immediately." Within minutes, the bridge filled with his senior officers. Commander Rick Barnes, head of security, looked worried as he checked his weapons. Dr. Helen Wright, their diplomat, seemed excited about the chance to talk with alien beings. Chief Engineer Sam Rodriguez studied the readings and shook his head in wonder at the alien technology. "What are your orders, Captain?" Rick asked. He was a good soldier who always wanted to be ready for trouble. "We approach slowly," Jake said. "Helen, prepare your translation programs. Sam, I want full scans of their technology. Rick, keep our weapons ready, but do not target them unless they attack us first. Lisa, try to learn everything you can about these beings." The Pioneer moved closer to the alien structure over the next few hours. As they got nearer, they could see it was even more amazing than they had thought. The station was made of some kind of metal that gleamed in the starlight. Ships that looked like nothing humans had ever built moved around it like busy insects. "Captain, they are scanning us," Lisa reported. "Their technology is very advanced. I think they know we are here." "Any communication from them?" Helen asked as she worked at her station, trying to set up ways to talk with the aliens. "Not yet," Lisa said. "But wait, something is happening. A ship is coming toward us. It is much larger than our ship." On the main screen, they watched as an alien ship approached them. It was smooth and curved, very different from human ships with their straight lines and sharp edges. The alien ship was also much bigger than the Pioneer, at least 3 times as large. "They are trying to communicate," Helen said excitedly. "I'm getting signals on multiple frequencies. Give me a moment to decode them." The bridge was quiet as everyone waited. This was the moment that would change everything for humanity. They were about to talk with beings from another world. "I have something," Helen said. "The message is simple. They want us to follow them to their station. They seem to be inviting us," Jake thought for a moment. This could be a trap, but it could also be the greatest opportunity in human history. "We follow them, but stay ready for anything. Rick, I want security teams ready. Sam, monitor their ship for any weapons or threats." The alien ship led them to the huge station. As they got closer, Jake could see that it was even more impressive than he had imagined. The station was like a small city in space, with thousands of lights and what looked like gardens and living areas. Other alien ships moved around it, some even bigger than the one leading them. "Captain, I am detecting 4 different types of ships and technology," Sam reported. "I think there are several different alien species working together here." "Multiple species in one alliance," Helen said with wonder. "This changes everything we thought about alien life." They docked at a section of the station that seemed designed for visiting ships. Through the windows, they could see alien beings moving around on the other side. Some looked like large reptiles walking on 2 legs. Others appeared to be insects the size of humans. There were also beings that seemed to be made of light or gas, and creatures that looked like living crystals. "Helen, you and I will go over first," Jake said. "Rick, Bring 2 security officers with us, but keep your weapons holstered unless I say otherwise. This is a peaceful mission." The airlock opened and Jake Morrison became the first human to set foot on an alien structure. The air was breathable, though it smelled strange, like metal and flowers mixed together. The aliens waited for them in a large room with high ceilings and strange decorations on the walls. The largest alien stepped forward. It looked like a giant lizard that stood upright like a human. It was covered in dark green scales and had yellow eyes that seemed to look right through them. When it spoke, a device on its chest translated the words into English. "I am General Vorthak of the Hegemony," the alien said. Its voice was deep and cold. "You are the first of your species we have encountered. You will come with us for evaluation." Helen stepped forward with a smile. "I am Ambassador Helen Wright, representing humanity and the planet Earth. We come in peace, hoping to establish friendly relations with your people." General Vorthak looked at her for a long moment, then made a sound that might have been laughter. "Peace," it said. "Your species is primitive. You have no choice in this matter. You will be classified and assigned roles within the hegemony based on your abilities." Jake felt a chill run down his spine. This was not going the way they had hoped. "We are explorers and diplomats," he said. "We seek friendship, not domination." "Your wants are not important," Vorthak replied. "The hegemony has ruled this galaxy for 1,000 years. All species serve their purpose within our system. Yours will serve as well." Suddenly, the alien security forces moved in around them. Rick reached for his weapon, but alien devices froze him in place before he could draw it. Jake and the others found themselves unable to move as energy fields held them in place. "Your ship and your people belong to the hegemony now," Vorthak said. "Your homeworld will be contacted and given the choice to surrender or be conquered. Most choose surrender. It is easier for everyone." As they were led away to holding cells, Jake realized that humanity's first contact with alien life had become their first defeat. But as he looked back at his crew, he saw determination in their eyes, not surrender. The aliens had made their first mistake. They thought humans would be easy to break. Sam Rodriguez worked quietly in his cell aboard the alien station. The hegemony had taken most of his tools, but they had not found the small device hidden in his boot. For 3 days, he had been slowly copying data from the alien computer systems whenever the guards were not watching. The aliens thought humans were too primitive to understand their technology, but Sam was proving them wrong. Back on Earth, Admiral Kate Sullivan stood in the command center as the emergency signal from the Pioneer reached them. The message was short and terrible. First contact had failed. The aliens had captured Captain Morrison and his crew. Even worse, they had declared that humanity must surrender or be destroyed. "How long do we have?" President Maria Lopez asked as she entered the command room. She looked tired and worried. The weight of leading Earth during its first alien contact had fallen on her shoulders. "The aliens say they will arrive at Earth in 30 days, Kate replied. "Their ships are faster than ours. Much faster. They can travel between stars in hours, not months like our ships." Dr. Alex Chen, head of Earth's defense research, studied the data from the Pioneer. "Their weapons are beyond anything we have," he said. "Their ships have energy shields that stop all attacks. Our missiles and energy beams cannot hurt them." In the meeting room, the world's leaders argued about what to do. Some wanted to surrender immediately to save lives. Others demanded that Earth fight, even if they could not win. The arguing went on for hours while the alien fleet moved closer to human space. Colonel Tony Blake sat in the corner and said nothing during the meeting. He was an old soldier who had fought in the Mars colonies during the rebellion 10 years ago. He knew what it meant to fight when you had no chance of winning. He also knew that sometimes you had to fight anyway. After the meeting, Tony found Kate and Alex in the hallway. "We need to talk," he said quietly. "Not here. Too many people listening." They met in Kate's private office an hour later. Tony closed the door and checked for listening devices before he spoke. "We cannot win a straight fight against these aliens," he said. "But maybe we do not need to win. Maybe we just need to survive." "What do you mean?" Alex asked. "The aliens think we are weak," Tony replied. "They think we will surrender like other species did. But humans are different. We do not give up even when we should. If we can make them pay a price for every victory, maybe they will decide we are too much trouble." Kate nodded slowly. "Guerrilla warfare. Hit-and-run attacks. Make them bleed for every planet they take." "Exactly," Tony said. "But we need better weapons first. Alex, is there anything in the Pioneer data that can help us?" Alex looked through the files on his computer. Maybe, he said. Their shields work on a specific frequency. If we could disrupt that frequency, their shields might fail. While the three humans planned in secret, the first alien attacks began on the outer colonies. New Terra was a mining world with 2 million people living on it. When the hegemony ships arrived, the human defenders tried to fight back. Their weapons bounced off the alien shields like raindrops. The battle lasted less than 4 hours. Governor Linda Hayes sent one last message before her communication center was destroyed. They are taking prisoners, not killing everyone. The aliens want slaves, not corpses. Earth, do not surrender. Make them pay for every world. Mars Colony was next. General Carl Brooks commanded the defense forces there, and he had learned from New Terra's defeat. Instead of fighting the alien ships in space, he waited until they landed. Then he attacked the alien ground forces with everything he had. The battle for Mars lasted 3 days. Human soldiers used explosives and ambush tactics to slow the alien advance. They could not stop the aliens from winning, but they made them fight for every building and every street. When Mars finally fell, a third of the alien landing force was dead or wounded. The humans fight harder than expected, General Vorthak reported to his commanders. They do not surrender when their situation is hopeless. This may take longer than planned. On the captured alien station, Jake Morrison and his crew had been put to work in the lower levels. The aliens made them repair machines and clean equipment. But the prisoners were also watching and learning. They saw how the aliens organized their forces and how their technology worked. Lieutenant Commander Ben Parker had been captured when New Terra fell. He was a smart officer who spoke several languages. In the prison sections of the alien ships, he began to organize the human captives. They could not escape yet, but they could gather information and cause small problems for their captors. The aliens have 4 different species working together, Ben told the other prisoners during a secret meeting. The reptile ones are the soldiers and leaders. The insect ones handle technology and engineering. The gas creatures manage communications. The crystal beings control trade and resources. Any weaknesses? Asked Dr. Susan Murphy, a scientist who had been captured with the Mars defenders. They do not trust each other completely, Ben replied. I have seen arguments between different species. If we could make those arguments worse, it might help. Back on Earth, the first alien ships appeared at the edge of the solar system. They were huge vessels, each one larger than Earth's biggest space stations. There were dozens of them, more than enough to destroy all of humanity's defenses. The alien commander broadcast a message to Earth in perfect English. People of Earth, I am Supreme Overlord Crox of the Hegemony. Your species has been classified as suitable for integration into our empire. You have 2 choices. Surrender now, and your people will be given appropriate work assignments. Resist and your species will be eliminated. You have 12 hours to decide. President Lopez called an emergency meeting of the United Nations. The room was full of frightened leaders who knew they could not win against such advanced aliens. Many wanted to surrender immediately. We cannot fight them, said the representative from China. Their technology is thousands of years ahead of ours. If we surrender, at least some humans will survive, added the representative from Europe. But President Lopez had been talking with Tony Blake and his secret team. What if there was another way? She asked. What if we could hurt them enough that they decide to leave us alone? Impossible, said the representative from Japan. You saw what happened to Mars and New Terra. We cannot win. We do not need to win, Lopez replied. We just need to make them pay such a high price that they go look for easier targets. The debate continued for hours while the alien deadline approached. Finally, President Lopez made the decision herself. Earth will not surrender, she announced. We will fight for our freedom no matter the cost. The alien response was immediate. Energy beams from their ships struck military bases around the world, but the attacks were precise, destroying weapons and equipment while leaving most people alive. The aliens still wanted human slaves, not dead bodies. Tony Blake watched the attacks from his hidden command bunker. Phase 1 begins now, he told his team. Alex, are the new weapons ready? We have 50 prototype resonance disruptors, Alex replied. They are untested, but they should disrupt alien shield frequencies. Kate, deploy them to our best pilots, Tony ordered. Hit the aliens hard and fast, then run before they can respond. We need to show them that humans bite back. The first counterattack came 6 hours after the alien bombardment. Human fighters equipped with the new weapons struck an alien patrol ship near the moon. For the first time in the war, human weapons penetrated alien shields. The patrol ship was destroyed in a brilliant explosion that could be seen from Earth. Impossible, Supreme Overlord Croc said as he studied the battle reports. Their weapons should not be able to penetrate our shields. The humans are more adaptable than other species, replied his science officer, a crystalline being named Zaith. They learn from their defeats and find new solutions quickly. Then we will teach them that adaptation has limits, Crocs replied. Increase the bombardment. Show them the price of defiance. But as more alien ships moved toward Earth, they found that the humans had prepared surprises for them. Hidden bases on asteroids opened fire with the new weapons. Automated mines drifted in space, waiting for alien ships to pass. Human forces had learned to hit and run, never staying in one place long enough for the aliens to target them effectively. The war for Earth had begun, and already the aliens were learning that humans were not like other species they had conquered. Humans did not break easily, and they became more dangerous when cornered. For the first time in 1,000 years, the hegemony faced an enemy that refused to accept defeat. Dr. Alex Chen had not slept for 3 days. In his hidden laboratory beneath the Colorado mountains, he worked with engineer Tracy Woods to perfect their resonance weapons. The first prototypes had worked, but they needed better versions if humanity was going to survive. The alien shield frequency changes every few hours, Tracy said as she studied the data from recent battles. They are adapting to our attacks. Then we adapt faster, Alex replied. He was tired but determined. We build weapons that can change frequencies automatically. We stay one step ahead of them. Colonel Tony Blake stood in his command bunker and watched reports from around the solar system. Human forces had won several small victories, but the aliens were getting angry. Their attacks were becoming more violent and less careful about keeping humans alive. Sir, we have a problem, said Major Danny Scott, his communications officer. The aliens are moving toward civilian targets. They bombed the city of Denver an hour ago. 50,000 people are dead. Tony felt sick, but he did not show it. War always cost lives, but seeing entire cities destroyed was hard to accept. What is the status of Operation Breakout? He asked. Captain Lisa Campbell reports that her team is ready. Danny replied. They have modified 3 ships with the new resonance weapons and stealth systems. They can slip past alien patrols and hit the prison ship holding our people. The prison ship was a massive alien vessel where they kept thousands of captured humans. Jake Morrison and his crew were somewhere on that ship, along with survivors from the destroyed colonies. Tony knew that rescuing them was important, but it was also dangerous. If the mission failed, they would lose their best pilots and their newest weapons. Tell Lisa she is authorized to proceed, Tony said. But remind her that the mission comes first. If they cannot rescue the prisoners without losing the fleet, they retreat. Captain Lisa Campbell flew her modified fighter through the darkness between asteroids. Behind her, 2 other human ships followed in formation. They had been flying for 6 hours, using the new stealth systems to avoid alien patrols. Target ship ahead, said Commander Paul Rivers, flying the second fighter. It is huge. How do we get inside without being detected? Lisa studied the alien prison ship through her sensors. It was 5 kilometers long and covered with weapons and shield generators. But Alex had found a weakness in the alien designs. Their shield generators created small gaps near the waste disposal systems. We go in through the garbage ports, Lisa said. Not glorious, but it should work. The 3 human ships approached the alien vessel from its blind spot. Lisa held her breath as they slipped through the shield gap and into the ship's lower levels. If the aliens detected them now, they would all die in seconds. Inside the alien ship, Jake Morrison worked in the engine room with a dozen other human prisoners. The aliens made them clean and repair machinery while alien guards watched. But Jake had been counting the guards and timing their patrols. He was planning something dangerous. Ben, are your people ready? Jake whispered to Lieutenant Commander Ben Parker, who was working nearby. Ready as we can be, Ben replied quietly. When you give the signal, we hit the guards and take their weapons. But Jake, this is suicide. Even if we take this section, they can seal us in and kill us with poison gas. Maybe, Jake said. But I would rather die fighting than live as a slave. Besides, I have a feeling help is coming. His feeling was right. At that moment, Lisa Campbell's team was moving through the ship's lower levels. They had left their fighters in the garbage bay and were now on foot, carrying portable weapons and rescue equipment. Prisoner section should be 2 levels up, said Lieutenant Kevin Walsh, the 3rd member of their team. He was young but skilled with alien technology. I can hack their door controls, but it will take time. They climbed through the ship's maintenance passages, avoiding the main corridors where alien guards patrolled. The ship was like a floating city with thousands of rooms and passages. Finding the human prisoners would not be easy. On Earth, the war continued to rage. Admiral Kate Sullivan commanded the defense fleet from her flagship, the UHS Defiance. Her ships were smaller and weaker than the alien vessels, but they were faster and harder to hit. Alien battle group approaching Sector 7, reported Commander Frank Stone from his position near Mars. 12 heavy cruisers and support ships. All units, implement attack pattern Delta, Kate ordered. Hit them fast, then scatter before they can respond. The human ships darted in like angry wasps, firing their new weapons at the alien formation. Several alien ships lost their shields and suffered damage before the humans retreated into the asteroid belt. The aliens followed, but the humans knew the asteroid field better and used it to hide and strike again. Their tactics are becoming more sophisticated, Supreme Overlord Crox told his war council. They are learning from each battle. Perhaps we should negotiate with them, suggested Zaith, the crystal being. This war is costing us ships and resources. Other species surrendered much faster. Negotiation shows weakness, General Vorthak replied. We crush them completely, or other species will think they can resist us too. But crushing humanity was proving harder than expected. On the prison ship, Jake Morrison's uprising had begun. The human prisoners attacked their guards with tools and improvised weapons. They could not win, but they created chaos and confusion throughout the ship. At the same time, Lisa Campbell's rescue team reached the main prisoner section. Kevin Walsh hacked the door controls while Lisa and Paul stood guard. Alarms were ringing throughout the ship as the alien crew responded to the prisoner revolt. Got it, Kevin said as the doors opened. But we have maybe 10 minutes before they send a full security team. Jake Morrison, report to the door immediately. Lisa broadcast on the prisoner's communication frequency. This is Captain Campbell, Earth Defense Fleet. We are here to get you out. Jake could hardly believe it. He had hoped for rescue, but seeing other humans with weapons and equipment was like a miracle. How many can you take? He asked as he reached the escape route. As many as can fit in our ships, Lisa replied, but we have to move fast. The escape was desperate and chaotic. Human prisoners ran through corridors while alien guards tried to stop them. Lisa's team provided covering fire as hundreds of humans headed for the garbage bay where the rescue ships waited. Too many people, not enough ships, Paul said as they reached the fighter bay. The 3 small human ships could not carry all the prisoners. Then we take an alien ship, Jake said. He pointed to a small alien transport vessel parked nearby. Kevin, can you fly that thing? I can try, Kevin replied. The controls are different, but the basic principles should be the same. They loaded the human prisoners into both the rescue ships and the captured alien transport. As they prepared to leave, more alien security forces arrived. A firefight broke out in the garbage bay as humans and aliens exchanged energy weapon fire. Lisa, get out of here, Jake ordered as he and Ben held off the alien guards. Take as many as you can. Not without you, Lisa replied. She was not leaving behind the hero who had held out hope for so long. The battle was fierce but brief. Human determination and desperation overcame alien confidence in superior numbers. When the shooting stopped, the humans controlled the garbage bay and had captured additional alien weapons and equipment. The escape from the prison ship was the most dangerous part. As the human ships left through the shield gap, alien warships detected them and gave chase. Lisa pushed her engines to maximum as enemy fire exploded around them. Jump coordinates locked in, Kevin reported from the captured alien ship. Jumping to Earth system in 3, 2, 1. The ships disappeared into hyperspace just as alien missiles reached their position. They had done it. They had rescued hundreds of human prisoners and captured an intact alien vessel. When the rescue fleet arrived at Earth, crowds cheered from every space station and colony. Jake Morrison was a hero, but he was also changed by his months in alien captivity. He had seen how the enemy thought and fought, and he had ideas about how to beat them. They are strong, but they are not flexible, Jake told the War Council. They follow the same tactics they have used for 1,000 years. If we can do something they do not expect, we can hurt them badly. Dr. Alex Chen studied the captured alien ship with excitement. Their technology is amazing, he said. But it is also designed for a different kind of war. They expect their enemies to fight ship against ship in open space. They are not prepared for the kind of war we are fighting. Tracy Woods worked with a team of engineers to reverse engineer the alien technology. We can build hybrid ships, she said. Human designs with alien technology. They will be faster and stronger than anything either side has built before. The war had reached a turning point. Humanity had proven it could strike back at the aliens and win. More importantly, they had learned that the hegemony was not invincible. The aliens could be beaten, but it would take everything humanity had to do it. Colonel Tony Blake looked at the reports from across human space and smiled for the first time in months. Phase 2 begins now, he said. We have shown them we can fight. Now we show them we can win. Admiral Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UHS Liberation, humanity's first hybrid warship. Built using captured alien technology and human engineering, it was faster and more powerful than any ship in the human fleet. Around him, his crew worked at stations that combined alien interfaces with human controls. Admiral, long-range sensors are detecting the alien fleet, reported Commander Lisa Campbell, now serving as his science officer. 47 ships, including 3 of their super battleships. They are heading directly for Earth. Jake nodded grimly. This was the moment they had been preparing for. Operation Thunderbolt would either save humanity or see the complete destruction of human civilization. Signal all ships. We begin the attack in 1 hour. Across the solar system, human forces moved into position. Admiral Kate Sullivan commanded the stealth attack wing, using ships equipped with new cloaking devices based on alien technology. Colonel Tony Blake led ground forces on Mars, ready to launch surprise attacks on alien support vessels. Dr. Nina Foster coordinated the psychological warfare campaign that had been broadcasting messages to create division within the hegemony ranks. The plan was complex and dangerous. Instead of meeting the alien fleet head-on, humanity would strike at multiple targets simultaneously. While the main alien force moved toward Earth, human ships would attack their supply lines, communication networks, and support bases throughout the system. This is Admiral Sullivan to all stealth units. Kate's voice came over the communication system. Target the communication relay ships first. Cut off their ability to coordinate, then hit their supply vessels. Make every shot count. On the alien flagship Eternal Dominion, Supreme Overlord Croc studied reports from his intelligence officers. The humans had been strangely quiet for the past week. No attacks, no raids, no harassment of alien patrols. It made him suspicious. The humans are planning something, he told General Vorthak. They would not give up their hit-and-run tactics unless they had a bigger plan. Let them plan, Vorthak replied confidently. We have the largest fleet ever assembled, 47 ships against their entire defense force. This time we will crush them completely. But Crocs was not convinced. In the months since the war began, the humans had shown an ability to surprise him again and again. They learned faster than any species he had ever encountered. They adapted to new situations in ways that seemed impossible. Most importantly, they never gave up, even when defeat was certain. The first phase of Operation Thunderbolt began when Kate Sullivan's stealth ships struck at the alien communication relays. The attacks were perfectly coordinated, hitting 12 different targets at exactly the same time. Within minutes, the alien fleet found itself cut off from its command networks and supply bases. Communication with Sector Command is lost, reported the Rex communications officer on Crox's ship. All relay stations have gone silent. Impossible, Crox said. Our stealth detection systems would have spotted any approaching human ships. Not if they are using our own stealth technology against us, suggested Zaith, the crystal being who served as Crox's science advisor. The humans captured one of our ships. They could have reverse-engineered our systems. The second phase began when human ships emerged from hiding places throughout the asteroid belt. These were not the small fighters the aliens were used to fighting. They were new hybrid vessels that combined human creativity with alien technology. The ships were faster, more maneuverable, and armed with weapons the aliens had never seen before. Unknown ship types approaching from multiple vectors, the sensor officer reported. Their weapon signatures do not match any known human technology. Jake Morrison's voice broadcast across all frequencies, both human and alien. This is Admiral Morrison of the Earth Defense Fleet. Surrender now and your crews will be treated fairly. Continue fighting and we will destroy you. Crocs laughed at the message. A human admiral threatens the hegemony? Their arrogance knows no bounds. All ships engage and destroy, but the battle did not go as Crocs expected. The human hybrid ships darted through the alien formation like sharks among fish. Their new weapons punched through alien shields while their improved engines kept them ahead of return fire. For every human ship destroyed, 3 alien vessels were damaged or eliminated. How are they doing this? Vorthok demanded as he watched his battle formation fall apart. Their ship should not be this effective. Commander Helen Wright, now serving as Earth's chief strategist, had spent months studying captured alien battle tactics. She knew that the hegemony relied on overwhelming firepower and superior technology to win their battles, but humans had learned to use speed, coordination, and unpredictability instead. All units implement Pattern Omega, Helen broadcast to the human fleet. Hit their command ships first, then scatter and regroup at Rally Point 7. The human ships focused their attacks on the alien command vessels, disrupting the enemy's ability to coordinate their defense. Without central command, the individual alien ships began fighting independently, making them easier targets for human attack groups. On Mars, Tony Blake watched the space battle through his command center's displays. When he saw that the aliens were distracted by the fleet action, he launched the third phase of the operation. All ground units, begin Mars assault, he ordered. Target the alien supply depot and repair facilities. We need to deny them any safe harbor in this system. Human forces that had been hiding in the Martian underground launched surprise attacks on alien installations across the planet. Using weapons and tactics learned from months of guerrilla warfare, they overwhelmed alien ground forces that had grown comfortable with easy victories. The psychological warfare campaign began showing results as, well, Dr. Nina Foster's broadcasts had been designed to exploit tensions between the different alien species. The Vrex engineers began questioning why they should follow Korthak military leaders who kept leading them into defeats. The Zephyrian traders worried about the economic cost of the war. The Nethys information specialists spread rumors and doubt through the alien communication networks. The different species are arguing among themselves, reported Lieutenant Commander Ben Parker, who was monitoring alien communications. Their unity is breaking down. But the most important moment came when Captain Derek Stone led a suicide mission against the alien battle stations guarding the edge of the solar system. These massive weapons platforms could destroy entire fleets, but they had a weakness. Their power cores could be overloaded if someone got close enough. This is Stone to all units, Derek broadcast as his ship approached the first battle station. Tell my family I died fighting for humanity's freedom. Derek's ship, loaded with experimental explosives, struck the battle station's power core and detonated in a massive explosion that destroyed the entire platform. 2 other human pilots followed his example, eliminating the remaining battle stations and opening a clear path for the final assault on the alien fleet. The battle raged for 6 days. Human ships darted in and out of the alien formation, striking at weak points and retreating before the enemy could respond effectively. The aliens had superior numbers and technology, but the humans had better tactics and unbreakable determination. We are losing too many ships, Zaith told Crocs as they watched another alien cruiser explode. Perhaps we should withdraw and request reinforcements. The hegemony does not retreat from primitive species, Crocs replied angrily. We will destroy these humans if it takes our entire fleet. But destroying the humans was proving impossible. Every time the aliens thought they had cornered a human ship, it would escape or fight back with unexpected weapons. Human pilots seemed willing to sacrifice themselves to damage alien vessels, something the hegemony had never encountered before. Major Susan Taylor provided the most heroic example when she held off an entire alien squadron while human civilians evacuated from Europa Station. Her single fighter engaged 12 alien ships using the station's superstructure for cover and protection. She kept fighting until the last evacuation ship cleared the station, then rammed her damaged fighter into the alien flagship's bridge. These humans fight like demons, one Korthak commander reported to his superiors. They do not flee when outnumbered. They do not surrender when defeated. How do we fight an enemy that prefers death to capture? By the end of the 6th day, the alien fleet was in retreat. They had lost over half their ships and thousands of crew members. The survivors limped away from Earth, carrying reports of a battle unlike any in hegemony history. The humans have won this battle, Crocs admitted to his surviving officers. But the war is not over. We will return with a larger fleet and better tactics. But on Earth, the victory celebration was already beginning. Humanity had faced the largest alien fleet ever assembled and defeated it. More importantly, they had proven that the hegemony could be beaten by determination, creativity, and the refusal to give up. This is just the beginning, Jake Morrison told his crew as they watched the alien ships retreat. We have shown them that humans will not surrender. Now we show them that we can take the fight to them. The war had changed everything. 6 months after the Great Battle at Earth, Admiral Jake Morrison stood in the command center of the human fleet's newest battleship, the UHS Vengeance. Around him, displays showed the positions of 200 human vessels, the largest fleet humanity had ever assembled. Today they would strike at the heart of the hegemony itself. "Admiral, all ships report ready for the final jump," announced Commander Lisa Campbell. She had grown from a curious scientist into a hardened military officer during the Long War. "Destination is the Dominax Prime system, core world of the hegemony." Jake nodded and looked around at his bridge crew. These men and women had fought through months of desperate battles to reach this moment. They had learned alien technology, mastered new forms of warfare, and never given up hope even in the darkest times. "Signal the fleet," Jake said. "Today we end this war. Today we show the galaxy that humanity cannot be conquered." The human fleet jumped through hyperspace toward Dominax Prime, the fortress world that had served as the hegemony's capital for 1,000 years. No enemy had ever attacked the system successfully. The aliens believed it was impossible to reach, much less conquer. Dr. Alex Chen worked in his laboratory aboard the flagship, making final adjustments to humanity's ultimate weapon. The resonance cascade generator could overload every alien shield and power system within a 50-kilometer radius. It was untested on this scale, but computer models showed it would work. "Are you certain this will not affect our own systems?" asked Tracy Woods, the chief engineer who had helped design the device. "Our ships use different technology now," Alex replied. "The hybrid systems we built should be immune to the resonance effects. But honestly, we will not know for sure until we try it." On the other side of the galaxy, Supreme Overlord Crox received reports of the approaching human fleet with disbelief. In all his years of service, no enemy had dared to attack the hegemony's home system. The idea that primitive humans would attempt such a thing seemed impossible. "How many ships?" he asked his intelligence officer, a Nethys being whose gaseous form flickered with agitation. 200 confirmed vessels," the officer replied, "all of unknown design. They appear to be using hybrid technology based on our own systems." "Impossible," General Vorthak declared. "Even if they have learned to copy our technology, they cannot have built so many ships so quickly." But the humans had done exactly that. Using captured alien technology and human manufacturing capabilities, Earth's shipyards had been working constantly to build the new hybrid fleet. Every captured alien vessel had been studied, copied, and improved upon. Human creativity had taken alien science and made it better. "They are not copying our technology," Zaith, the crystal science advisor, observed. "They are combining it with their own in ways we never considered. The result is something entirely new." The human fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Dominax Prime system and immediately came under attack from the most powerful defenses in the galaxy. Massive battle stations, each one larger than Earth's moon, began firing energy beams that could destroy planets. "All ships, evasive action," Jake ordered as the first alien attacks reached his fleet. "Stay in formation and advance toward the primary target." The human ships moved through the alien fire like dancers avoiding rain. Their improved engines and shields based on captured technology allowed them to survive attacks that would have destroyed the old human fleet. But survival was not enough. They needed to win. Admiral Kate Sullivan commanded the left wing of the human formation. Her ships were equipped with the newest stealth systems and the most advanced weapons humanity had ever built. As they approached the alien defense stations, she gave the order that would change galactic history. "All ships, fire resonance torpedoes," Kate commanded. The new weapon struck the alien battle stations and began disrupting their shield frequencies. For the first time in 1,000 years, the hegemony's ultimate defenses began to fail. Energy shields flickered and died as the resonance effects spread through their power systems. "Impossible," Croc said as he watched his invincible defenses crumble. "Those weapons should not exist. How did they develop technology we do not understand?" The answer was simple. Humans did not just copy alien technology. They improved it, adapted it, and combined it with their own scientific knowledge in ways the aliens had never imagined. Where the hegemony saw fixed rules, humans saw possibilities for change. Colonel Tony Blake led the ground assault on Dominax Prime itself. His troops landed and captured alien ships using the enemy's own technology against them. The surface of the planet was covered with massive cities and military installations that had never been threatened by enemy attack. "Remember, we are not here to conquer," Tony told his soldiers as they prepared for battle. "We are here to end this war. Fight hard, but show mercy to those who surrender." The ground battle was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Human soldiers, equipped with advanced weapons and armor, fought against Korthak warriors who had never faced an enemy they could not intimidate. The aliens were strong and well-trained, but they had grown soft from centuries of easy victories. "These humans fight without fear," one Korthak officer reported to his commanders. "When we kill one, two more take his place. When we wound them, they keep fighting. How do we defeat an enemy that will not be stopped by pain or death?" Lieutenant Commander Ben Parker led a special team deep into the planet's capital city. Their mission was to capture the hegemony's central command center and force the alien leaders to surrender. It was dangerous work, but Ben had learned much about alien psychology during his time as a prisoner. "The different species do not trust each other," Ben explained to his team as they moved through the alien city. "If we can capture their leaders separately, we can turn them against each other." The plan worked better than they had hoped. When Ben's team captured General Vorthak, the Korthak military leader, the other species began to question whether they should continue fighting for him. The Vrex engineers were tired of following military orders that led to defeat. The Zephyrian traders wanted to end the expensive war and return to making profits. The Nethys communications specialists had been spreading doubt and fear throughout the hegemony for months. The final battle took place in the Dominion Citadel, the massive fortress at the center of Dominax Prime. Admiral Kate Sullivan fought her way through the alien defenses to reach the throne room where Supreme Overlord Crox waited with his personal guard. "You cannot win," Crox told her as they faced each other in the Great Hall. "Even if you kill me, the hegemony will send more fleets. You are just one small species in a galaxy full of enemies." Kate smiled coldly. "We are not just one species anymore," she replied. "We are the species that refuses to give up. We are the species that learns from every defeat and comes back stronger. We are the species that will fight for freedom no matter what the cost." The battle between Kate and Crox was fierce but brief. The alien overlord was larger and stronger, but Kate had learned to use speed and intelligence instead of brute force. When the fight ended, the leader of the hegemony lay defeated at her feet. "Surrender," Kate told the surviving alien leaders. "Your empire is finished. Your fleets are scattered. Your homeworld is captured. End this war before more lives are lost." The surrender came in stages. First, the Vrex engineers laid down their weapons, tired of fighting a war they could not win. Then the Zephyrian traders announced they would no longer fund military operations. Finally, even the proud Korthak warriors accepted that their empire was finished. Dr. Nina Foster broadcast the news of victory across the galaxy. The hegemony, which had ruled unopposed for 1,000 years, had been defeated by a species that had been unknown just 2 years earlier. The message was simple but clear to every alien civilization within 100 light years. "The age of the hegemony is over," Nina announced. "Humanity offers friendship to all species that desire peace. But to those who would threaten our freedom or the freedom of others, we offer only this warning. We are the species that will not surrender. We are the species that learns to win. We are the species that fights for what is right no matter what the odds." Jake Morrison stood on the observation deck of his ship and watched as the 4 hegemony species went their separate ways. Some Vrex and Zephyrians had asked to join human colonies, impressed by humanity's technology and determination. Others departed for distant stars, hoping to rebuild their civilizations in peace. Admiral Ben Parker, promoted after his heroic actions during the ground campaign, established new human colonies throughout the former hegemony territory. These worlds would serve as beacons of human values and warnings to any other species that might threaten galactic peace. "What happens now?" Lisa Campbell asked as she joined Jake on the observation deck. "Now we explore," Jake replied. "We learn. We make friends with species that want peace and protect those who cannot protect themselves. We show the galaxy that strength comes not from conquest, but from the courage to stand up for what is right. The war was over, but humanity's journey among the stars was just beginning. Throughout the galaxy, alien species spoke in whispered tones about the humans who had achieved the impossible. They had defeated an empire that seemed invincible,